it's going to come to an end. And you got to have something else to do. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Beyond Athletes Live, first of many trainings. My name is Cliff Johnson, and I'm here. I'm starting to. It's a great day. It's a great opportunity to kind of dive into what we're trying to do here at Beyond Athletes. So welcome, everybody. I know it's been a while, long time coming, but we're here. We're gonna get it done. And I'm thankful just be here. So welcome to Beyond Athletes Live. This is our live training session. We'll do one of these weekly, touching on a few subjects, one or two, maybe even three subjects each week. And the whole idea is just to help just athletes to kind of just transition into their lives. So let me go ahead and just kind of let you know the basic idea of Beyond Athletes. So Beyond Athletes, we help transitioning college and pro athletes in general, but mainly college and pro athletes, recreate their identity, like discover their purpose, restructure their life, and refocus their passion to transition their lives from their athletic careers to the next phase of their life, and do it with more ease and less time. So that's the whole idea, whole goal beyond this community and this movement that we're starting here. So anyway, who am I? Why am I qualified to even talk to you about any of this? First, my name is Cliff Johnson. I played football. Well, I played football from the age of 8 till 25, 26. But I played high school. I played college. I went to University of Maryland for 2 years. I was there. Things didn't go so well when I was there. You know, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. All the challenges of stepping into a big college and trying to get readjusted to that from coming from a small high school. But anyway, I was there for 2 years. Then I transferred into Morgan State University, and I finished my college athletic career at Morgan State University. After that, I was fortunate to get the opportunity to go a little further in my athletic career. I was signed to a rookie free agent contract with the Detroit Lions. And that was a very short career. I was there off and on for about 2 years. Really, half of that time I was, I got to the Lions. I got released, and they brought me back, and I got allocated to NFL Europe. I was going to allocated to the Berlin Thunder, and 2 days before we were supposed to fly out to Berlin in practice, you probably know what I'm about to say. In combo drill, because I played safety, I tore my right knee up, ACL rupture completely. So I had to get the surgery, ACL reconstruction, and for the next year after that, I had the rehab. I was on IR for the next year, and that's, if you know anything about how the politics and how things go in football. If you're not drafted high, or if you're not drafted at all, it's sometimes it's a bit tough to come back from that. So I was on IR for the rest of that year, and then that was basically the end of my short career. So, but anyway, after that was a struggle. So for people like me, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to help people that were in my position, or anybody around that, to move from, because it took me a while to get over that. It took me a while to transition from my dream to the next thing, which I didn't even know what I was going to step into next. So that's what I'm passionate about, helping people to do. Well, it took me years, way too long, to transition from that to the next thing in my life. So that's the main night. That's what qualifies me to sit before you and kind of speak and kind of be a resource for those of you all who are trying to step into the next phase of your life. So today I kind of just wanted to do an intro of Beyond Athletes and this training. So we'll kind of go through those 3 points real quick and kind of just talk a little bit about those, and then that'll be it for this intro training. So anyway, so recreate identity. So we athletes of all, I don't care what sport you play, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Basketball, football, I mean, whatever it is, and especially if you made it to a higher level, you spent your entire being, like a lot of your time, a lot of your resources, your energy, your blood, sweat, tears, you just put your whole being into becoming the best that you can be, so that you can go as far as you can in that sport. And in the process, if we aren't careful and if we don't have people around us that can kind of let us know that that's not all that's to us, we'll find ourselves putting our whole identity into becoming that athlete or into our sport. And once that, because we put our whole identity into that, but the body doesn't last that long. It doesn't perform at that high level for the rest of your life. It performs to that level for some longer than others, but not the rest of your life. So it's going to come to an end, and you got to have something else to do. You got to have more purpose and identity. But a lot of us put their identity into that, and once the athletic career is gone, there goes the identity as well. So now you're stuck with trying to figure out who I am in the world now, because everything that I had put myself into is now gone. That's why it's important that we have to learn how to kind of re-identify our purpose, so that we can move forward. So we'll talk more about that in the upcoming weeks. I hope that's something that resonates with you. The second thing is restructure your life. So now, different people play different sports. Some sports you're more autonomous. You're kind of more on your own. Like golf. I mean, you have coaches in every sport, but golf and tennis, like you're kind of like boxing. You kind of like you're not necessarily on a team thing. I mean, you have coaches, but more of like my sport, football. My days were pre-planned for me by somebody else. The coaching staff, they had when we're supposed to be at the first meeting. When we're supposed to eat, especially in camp, breakfast and pre-practice meetings and practice, and then lunch, and then we come back. Like the whole day is basically structured for you, so that you don't even have to think about that. All you have to do is be there and be on time. Coach Hill was my coach at Moore. If you're on time, you're late, and if you're early, you're on time type stuff. So y'all know what that is. Somebody knows what that is about. But anyway, our time is already structured for us. But once we're done with the sport, if we hadn't before then learned how to structure our life so that we can then accomplish what we need to accomplish, it's a transition in that. And somebody may need some help trying to figure out how to do that for themselves, because now you're your own, coach. You're your own staff. You got to structure your life so that you can not just stay where you are, stay stuck, but structure your life and your time so that you can move forward in every area of your life. So we'll talk about that as well. Like for instance, so in our time and structuring our life, you got to have priorities. You got your family, you got fitness, family. We got to make sure that they're in the proper place. We can't. So many people pursue so many other things, but forget to keep the relationships around them tight, or to work on getting them tighter, that they can have everything, but then they're still empty because they don't have the connection with the people around them. So it's important to put those things in perspective and put those things in your schedule. Next, fitness. So I don't know if you ever. I mean, there's plenty of people, athletes that we see a couple years later after they've finished their sport, and you kind of almost don't recognize them. And there's no judgment or anything. It's just that they hadn't figured out how to get to the place to keep their fitness level at a certain point. And I want to help people like that. Like it's it, it so there's a lot around that. We'll get into that later, but you kind of have to adapt your fitness and your nutrition to your new lifestyle, because now you're no longer going into a season burning as many calories. You're not going into camp doing 2 days, or you're not whatever your sport called for. It's not necessarily going to be at that level. So unless you're stepping into another sport where it's going to require a lot of you, you got to adapt and change your fitness, your regimen, what you actually do in the gym or on the field or wherever you're working out. You got to tailor that to now your new lifestyle. And now you're not getting ready for a season. I'm going too far into this, but it's all right. You're not getting ready for a season. Now you're this is like a long-term, long-haul, rest of your life type approach to fitness. So then we're talking more about protecting the joints, and so that you can continue to do this at 80, 70, 80. At 70, 80, I still want to be work. I don't want people to think that I'm 70 or 80. I want to be in great shape. One of my coaches at Morgan State, Coach Earl, he's between 70 and 80 right now. He in better shape than people 20 years younger than him. He's still toting guns. He still looks good. He's still healthy. He's still vibrant, still moving around. That's where you want to be. But to get to that at that age, you have to consistently be in a rhythm and in a habit of your fitness for the long term. But you got to but to work out like you're getting ready for a season, that's not a good long-term strategy. So anyway, we'll go into that later. Finance and business. I'm big into business. Career is cool. I'm big into business because business, you can kind of scale it and you can really kind of live the lifestyle that you want if you get the right strategy and the right business model. So there's many different ways to do it, but we'll get into that later on as well. And the last thing is refocus your passion. We as athletes, we have gifts, like physical athletic gifts, right? Some people are fast, some people are strong, some people are explosive, some people can jump high, some people are naturally just tall, some people are they just have these athletic gifts. But there's other gifts on the inside of you other than those gifts. Some you may know, and I hope that you do, but some you may not. And we like to help people try to discover those as well. But also, in our sports, you have to learn to be, here's some tools that we learn that we can take from what we've been through in our careers to the next phase. Commitment and dedication. It takes commitment and dedication to be great in anything. But, we can transfer that into the next phase. Being resilient, it's tough to lose. It's tough to come back from injury in our athletic career. It's tough to do different things. Like it's tough it's just tough. Sometimes tough to get through the season. Sometimes things aren't going well. Tough trying to mesh together and become a team. Tough, all that stuff. Being resilient and doing all those things, pursuing, going through the tough times to get to the great times. Building, learning to build teams and learning to be a part of a team so that you all can cohesively win. Like all these things are things that we can transfer from our past so that we can make our future great. So these are all things that we're going to talk about in Beyond Athletes Live. I'm not sure how long I've been on, but yeah. But so I just kind of wanted to introduce myself, intro what we're trying to do. Not what we're going to do, and just to give you an outlook as to what we're going to be doing moving forward. So anyway, I'm glad to have this idea, this purpose, this movement, and hopefully I can help and be a resource in your lives, and maybe some people that you may know that need some help in this area. Because it took me, I'm telling you, like I probably, if you look at my head, I'm bald, right? Now I come from a family, my dad's bald or whatever, but I think that I would have held on to this hair a little bit longer if I knew this, if I had somebody trying to do this in my life in 2006. I just aged myself just now, but yeah, I'm 41. But if I had somebody that was doing this then, it may have been a little bit smoother, and I may be further along in my life now if I had this resource. So I'm trying to be that for you. And yeah, like some people have had it rough. Like some people did. Like some people couldn't figure it out and just drank themselves to death. Some people just said, I have nothing left. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And they just take their life. I'm literally trying to save some people's lives. Not everybody's there, but some people may be in that spot. So I want to be a resource for you. Again, my name's Cliff. I'm thankful for you all tuning in to Beyond Athletes Live. We'll do this every Thursday. We're going to build this thing together so that we can help each other. We got to celebrate each other. As we build a community, we want to celebrate when people are winning, when people have got aha moments, when people have figured it out or beginning to shed a little light on some things, and maybe they can begin to grow. We got to celebrate each other. And then in the tough times, because as we know, life is not always awesome. We're trying to generally make it that, but there are some tough times, as you know. It's just a part of life. We got to hold each other up as a team. So anyway, that's about it for today. But again, give me all the feedback that you want to offer and share. I'm open to it, and I appreciate you. And I'll check you next time. Take care, y'all. I'll see you.